My little girl. You're my little girl. Lucy probably thinks I'm leaving.
Are you guys doing the breakfast with Mary Ann?
Yeah. That's why we're leaving. We gotta leave at 9. What are you doing, Lucy? What are you doing, my little Gucci? Lucy. That's my good girl. That's my good girl. How come you're breathing so heavy, huh, Luce? How come you're breathing so heavy? Want to go outside? Huh? You want to go potty? Huh? You got to go potty, Lucy. You got to go potty. Let's go. You want to go out? Want to go out? Come on. Let's go take Lucy outside, see if she wants to go out. Oh, you turned it off? What are you doing, Lucy? What are you doing, Lucy? That's where Lucy got her IVs last time she was at the hospital due to her medical emergency. Huh, Lucy? Huh? What are you doing, my little girl? My little baby girl. She needs her nails cut really, really bad. Oh, gosh. Good girl, Nurse. I'll give you another one. You want one more? And then it'll run all night long. Here, Goatee. You shaking your head again, Lucy? Oh, yeah, we might have to check them when we come home. She probably won't let me check them right now. Yep.
You got a problem, girl?
You got earache? Huh? Lucy.
Butt bothers you.
Let me get your eye boogies. You gonna go turn off the pool or what?
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that because it's actually 2 holes. I'm taking 2 gummies a day as opposed to 1.
Oh, okay.
All
All right, Nancy. Wonderful. Good girl, Lise. Good girl, Lizzie. I haven't done a video on you in a while. So, gonna get one. I realized a few days ago that I haven't done any videos on Lucy. Oh, Lucy. Lucy's been neglected. Oh, my little goatee. So, what is going on with Lucy? What is going on with her, huh? Well, Lucy started having some seizures back in January. And she had a really, really bad seizure. Probably lasted about 2 to 3 minutes. And I knew right away what it was. And I recognized that she had probably had a couple other seizures, just smaller ones, before that. So they were really, really quick, almost like just she was having a bad dream. That's what it looked like, because she was sleeping. She was sleeping all 3 times when the seizures occurred. And the first 2 was like she was just having a bad dream. She was laying on her side and she started kicking like she was trying to run. But it was over with rather quickly. But the third one really scared the heck out of us. The third one really shook us all up because it was out of control. She was just totally out of it. She was foaming at the mouth, and she lost control of her bladder, and it lasted a long time. And we're trying to talk to her and trying to talk her out of it. And then when it was all over, she was really like dazed and confused and just like sat up and was just like didn't really know what was going on, where she was at or anything. And it took her a while. And I went downstairs, family room, happened downstairs in the family room where she likes to lay by the fireplace. And I walked down there and she started to low growl me. So I knew that she was not approachable at that time. So we kind of had to wait for her to come out of it on her own and make her way upstairs. And she was really, really wobbly trying to get up the stairs. So the very next morning, your dad took her to the vet, Mr. C. And before I even got up, he already had her at the vet. And she started to have another seizure as soon as she entered the building, so they were able to see what was happening. And they took her back and they did blood work and gave her an IV and monitored her for a couple hours. And her blood work came back fine. So there's no reason, there's no known reason why she had those seizures. So, not really understanding how these seizures work myself, I had made plans to reintroduce her to doggy daycare because she hadn't gone for a while. So she was going to have to go for an evaluation, like for 3 days in a row, so that they could see how she was with the other dogs. And after that hospital visit, when the doctors did the blood work, they put her on phenobarbital twice a day, 1.5 pills every 12 hours. So she had been on that medication. So she had been on that medication for a while. And then when I was taking her to try to reintroduce her to the doggy daycare, she had some mild seizures 2 days in a row. And I just thought, well, you know what? She's got one more day to go. Let's see how she does. So I took her that last day. And once again, she had a pretty substantial seizure, for lack of a better word. It took her down to the floor. She wasn't showing signs of stress, though. She got out of the car real fine. She urinated as she was, just before she walked in the door. She was, all excited. She was pulling me. She was actually pulling me into the building. And so I didn't see that she was stressed at all. To me, she seemed like she was very excited. So I was really surprised then when she started to go into the seizure. And I could not, I don't know how to explain it. I tried to talk to her, to calm her before it got too far, before it got to the point of, but I was unable to do that. So she does this thing when she's getting ready to seize, and she starts with her head, kind of like what an elephant would do, I guess, with its trunk. She does that. And I've noticed now that when she does that, if I distract her, or move her around or change the scenery, whatever is happening really quick, I can pull her out of it, because I did it while Angie was here. Well, my sister was visiting from Mississippi. So, yeah. So, anyway, she's not able to go to doggy daycare anymore. They said no, she can't. Because whatever it is that triggers these seizures works both for if she's stressed and if she's excited. So following that, she had an appointment for grooming, which grooming is, it's not a big deal for me, but she does need her nails trimmed. I have not learned how to trim her nails. And she needs her glands cleaned. So I would have been happy if she could have just gone to grooming for that. But she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she's going to grooming for. She didn't know. She did not know. And she had a seizure as soon as she entered the building. They had to come out with a stretcher and carry her off. Once again, she was foaming at the mouth. They had to give her oxygen. They had to give her an IV. They shaved both her legs for a spot, just a spot for an IV, because she pulled one IV out, so they had to give her another one on the other side. But then they too told me that she couldn't come back there. She can't go back to the hospital for anything because it's too stressful for her. So they advised me to find a mobile vet, which I did. Thank God it's the only mobile vet in the area. She charges $92 to come to the home and then $81 for that initial exam. And she can do anything except for anything that would require any kind of sedation. And they were able to express her glands while she was still at the hospital before I brought her home too, because I told them, I said, is there any way that you can do that? Because she needs it. She was scooting, you know, how they do, really bad. So I felt really bad for her because I knew that that's what it needed. And I also asked them if there was any way they could trim her nails, which they said no, they were willing to do one, but not both of them because of the stress that it would have caused. So I do have an appointment set up for her, July 24th. The mobile vet, her name is Dr. Oliver, is going to come to the home and, you know, check her out and see what we can do at home. Now, I started giving her this Glandex that I bought on Amazon because I'm hoping that by her just recently having her glands expressed, that if I give her this Glandex, she'll be good for about probably 3 or 4 months. And maybe with this Glandex, she won't even have to have it done at all. Them glands getting full like that, a lot of it has to do with their diet and exercise. Now, she has not been able to go on any walks ever since Mr. C hurt his back. He's not been able to take her for any walks, so she's not getting any really good exercise. And also the medicine, the Phenobarbital, made her gain weight. So she's gained weight, not getting any exercise. Now the heat's coming and she really doesn't want to be hot. So we got 3 things going against her right now. But, you know, I mean, the most important thing is just to keep her calm. Like I said, Angie was visiting from Mississippi last week, and she kind of talks, you know, real excitedly, you know, and I told her, I said, don't say anything. Don't say nothing. Don't reach out for her, you know, because I just wanted to, I didn't want her to get all excited. And we have other people that visit, and she gets all excited, but we haven't had any visitors since January. So I don't know how she's going to act if we were to get any visitors. I guess we'd have to just take it one day at a time. And also, I have changed her diet. I have changed her food. I can't change the food 100%, so I've been using the food as a topper for the food that she's been on since she was a puppy, which is Fromm. That's what the breeder was feeding her. That's what I've fed her ever since for 5 years now. And I'm just using this Dr. Marty, I think it's called Dr. Marty I'll have to put a link in the comments of what the food is that I'm giving her. And we'll see what happens. We'll just go from there. Lucy, don't you scratch me, Lindsay. Lindsay, don't you scratch me, no goatee, goatee, goatee. What? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Lucy needs her own little puppy so she can run around the yard chasing the little puppy. Lucy will make, a little puppy might make Lucy feel like she's a puppy again. Oh, Gootsie. Oh, my no goat. Oh, my no goatie, goatee, goatee. Yep, so there you have it. See if I can get this down here where Lucy, there's one of her legs right here where they shaved her. There's that one. Oh, Lucy, you look like a lion. Lucy looks like a lion. There's the other one right there. She's got this big mane. I've been brushing her every day, trying to get all that extra hair out. I lose the brush from one day to the next because I brush her in the house, I brush her in the living room, I brush her downstairs in the family room, I brush her outside on the deck. So I'm constantly looking to see where I've left the brush from one day to the next. The only thing I can't get a handle on is that tail. That tail is like a horse's tail. Huh, Lucy? You got a horse, you got a tail like a horse. She does not like to be hot. Okay, so that's what's going on with Lucy. I guess that's about it. I guess maybe the next update on Lucy's condition might be when the mobile vet comes to visit her. And I am going to get her some CBD chews for the 4th of July that's coming. And I'm wondering if maybe those CBD chews might help her too to remain calm a little bit. How goes? How gooty, gooty, gooty. How goosey? An earache? She keeps getting ear infections. If she doesn't have one, she's got two. But I think right now she's doing okay. You doing okay, Lucy? You doing okay, Lucy? All right. So we'll be back. That's what's going on. Okay. Bye-bye now.